Rapid Fire Hop in Mario Kart Wii has many applications. The most notable example is getting crazy load tricks that just aren't possible humanly. Today, I'm going to explain how to do Rapid Fire Hop in Mario Kart Wii, and several different ways you can do load tricks with it. Throughout this video, you'll see the millisecond digits replaced with the speedometer code in various parts to make things easier to explain. Though some footage will have the speedometer in other places, if they have one, depending on if it's footage I recorded just for this video, or if it's from an already existing TAS video. To get one to work, you have to start the first hop right before an inclined surface, not on it. Once there, hop every other frame until you get the load trick. If you start on an inclined surface and not before it, it may still work, but the trick will probably not be as low. As you can see, the ghost ahead did rapid fire hop before the ramp, and it's further ahead. If at any point you break the hop sequence, you may not be getting a super low trick anymore, as shown here. However, in this example, I did break the rapid fire hop, but I was able to get it going again. Nevertheless, the trick wasn't as low as it could have been if I kept the first chain of hops going. You may have noticed that when we go off ramps, we either drift off them, hop off them, or we go off them normally without a drift or a hop. To do a drift off a ramp with a trick, do one less hop at the end, and instead, on what would have been the second to last hop, start a drift with it, and then trick. Sometimes when you try adding a drift, it won't work, and you'll end up doing a hop off the ramp, or you'll break the sequence. If this happens, you have a few options. You can gain or lose a small amount of time so that when you do rapid fire hop, you'll be in a position where drifting off a ramp works. Here, I added a short wheelie, so I was able to gain some time off my ghost who doesn't do a wheelie. Then, I started to hop the same time as the ghost. However, because I have a slightly larger lead, I was able to drift instead. You can also try hopping a frame sooner or a frame later and see if that fixes it. Here, I start hopping a frame sooner, and this allows me to get a drift. You can also move around and try hopping from a different spot as well. And the same things can apply if you want to add a hop instead of a drift. Either gain or lose time or change how you approach it. To get rapid fire tricking without a hop or a drift at the end, get the hops on the same cycle as you would with a drift, but don't add the drift. For example, I do this here on my Koopa Cape TAS on the second wooden ramp. It's faster to do this than hop at the end because a hop would give you extra air. Whether it's faster to drift, hop, or go off normally depends on various factors, and you'll have to experiment to see which one is faster. On N64 Bowser's Castle, on laps 1 and 3, it's faster to hold the drift all the way with an up trick because the strong nosedive landing with an up trick makes you land faster. On lap 2, however, it's faster to do a spin drift hop trick due to the angle of the fire pillar. And on Toad's Factory, it's faster to do a drift off the last ramp, then cancel the drift and do a side trick because of weird physics that happen with side tricks in this game. There are some things to note about getting low trick with rapid fire hop. When you're in that state, you lose time before getting in the air because you're embedded into the ground. Let's use this big ramp on a custom track called Space Road. The ghost does not do rapid fire hop. Thus, when racing it, as I am hopping, I am losing to the ghost. This isn't happening because I'm not doing a wheelie like the ghost does. Flip trick boosts like this one will set you at a minimum of 100 km per hour, as seen by the speedometer here. The ghost keeps on gaining on me purely because I am hopping every other frame. However, the reduced height you get from the trick makes up for this lost time, causing you to be ahead. This screenshot here looking behind shows how far ahead I am from tricking with rapid fire hop versus not doing so. After both of our trick boosts have worn off, I am ahead of the ghost. Another important thing is that rapid fire hopping sometimes makes you lose speed if you do it for long enough, depending on the surface. The examples I've shown so far involved ramps with some sort of boost panel, so I didn't lose speed. But on something like this blue ramp from Moo Moo Metals, where there is no boost panel associated with it, you do end up losing speed. When I was testing Moo Moo Metals in 2013 and 2014, I was often dropping below 80 km per hour, such as in these examples where I dropped to 76 and 77 km per hour. Because of this, I had to spend time reducing speed loss as much as I could. Another example is the first wooden ramp of Koopa Cape. When I was working on a TAS here, I would usually drop below 84 km per hour. For example, here, I dropped down to 82. However, through trial and error, I was able to find a way of getting this low trick without losing any speed. As seen before, you can use boost panels to negate the speed loss. However, you can even use trick boost or even mini turbos. With the second wooden ramp on Koopa Cape, I use a mini turbo to prevent this speed loss. One big mistake I've seen people do is turning while doing rapid fire hop and not being in some sort of boost. If you are in one, you can turn to your heart's content. However, if you're not in a boost, turning outside of a drift makes you still lose speed, just like if you're turning on manual drift without drifting. And those are the main ways you can use rapid fire hop with tricks. If you have any more questions about this video, want to see more examples with rapid fire hop, or have ideas on what you want to see me cover next, let me know in the comments. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and have a lovely day.